like a lightning bolt. You feel the ground pounding, that might be the coast. Quick like a joke, like to hit when provoked. Don't you doubt that. That's a Jaguar to a house cat. That's an outcast to a whole squadron. If you talking Houston, then we've got a problem. You'll probably get the horns if you mess with the cattle. Sit back in your saddle and get ready for the fan battle.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the AFC South Fan Battle Podcast. My name is Samantha Wernet. Happy Week 9 and happy Victory Monday to Jags fans only. We are not used to hearing that, okay? That is not something that we get to say on here, but we get to say it today. So let's introduce our commentators for this evening. Representing the Texans, we have Matt Briggs.
World Series champions, Astros, let's go.
When that's all you got, that's how you introduce yourself. That's fine.
That's fine.
Representing the Titans, we have Leonard Firestone.
How's everybody doing?
Wow. Does anybody want to play the sad reel for that one?
It was a depressing game last night. I'm still trying to recoup. Okay, last night's game, I'm still trying to recoup. So bear with me.
What have you been doing to be that show?
That was depressing and emotional. There was so much with that game. Yes, but
oh wow!
But it was very, very, very emotional, and it was very hard time for us Titans. We should have won that game, but we got to move on to next week, and hopefully Ryan Tannehill can come back.
I like that intro. Representing the Jaguars, our winner for this week, Cody Blankenship.
Cody ColdGaming. That's me. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
What's up, losers?
Hey, we still number one in the AFC South now.
That is true.
Hey,
and
do you guys
representing.
keep winning?
Go ahead.
Do you guys keep winning? Try at least.
Yeah, they're winning only in the AFC South. I mean, that's why they're the winners.
I mean, this is a poverty division. It's kind of anybody's division at this point. I'm just saying.
We take our victories where we can, guys.
And representing the Colts, we have Harish Nookala.
Host, quick question here. Do you have any sound clips for the circus by any chance?
I don't, but I got some Boys to Men if you want to say goodbye.
That's clown show enough. Go ahead and play it. Yes. Welcome to the clown show in Indianapolis. Today's clown show represents a lot of things of clownness and more clowns. The clowns of all the clowns of clowning of the clowns. Welcome. Oh, that was great. Thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime. Shout out to Josh Allen for giving us these sound clips.
That was great.
I'm sure you said goodbye very well because I know you've been cheering for that, and we'll dive into. I can't wait to break down the whole Frank Reich firing, who you hired stuff. It's going to be the biggest. This is going to be the biggest part. Congratulations on officially tanking today. That's all I can say. The tank is real. Okay.
This is the best tank in Colts history, and we've had 3 of them, and this is going to be the best one.
I think with who you hired today, it's the best tank in recent memory.
Look,
honestly.
and the press conference for the tank is even better. So we'll talk about that because I listened.
Can't wait.
Can't
wait.
Made the Patriots look like Mary Tom Brady was still there.
Oh, well, actually, speaking of Tom Brady, we'll get into some NFL news. We don't have a lot, but Tom Brady broke his 100,000 yards against the Rams. He had a 15-yard completion to our boy Leonard Firestone, old playoff Lenny, and hit his 100,000 yards. That's pretty much it. Does anybody else have anything? I don't think there's anything else major.
Good job, Tampa Tom. It would have taken you longer if you were still married, but good job.
What did he say?
I don't know. Yeah, what did he say?
Tampa
I feel
Tom's
like the
since he was
second.
divorced.
I think. Yeah, but the separation is what did him in. I feel like.
Yeah, have y'all not seen that TikTok? That Gazelle,
the one he made?
No, Gazelle. A fan made it. Gazelle is a witch because Tom Brady wasn't good until they got together, and now that they're getting divorced, he's falling apart. So,
but he's undefeated since they got divorced.
True, you got that.
Did you see Actually, Matt, you'll appreciate. Sorry, real quick, you'll appreciate this, Matt. Did you see Justin Verlander's wife after the? And she's like, "Oh, I hope he keeps doing what he does. He loves it so much." Justin Verlander's been pitching for like 80 years now.
Did you also see her flipping off and telling the Philly fans to suck it?
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I did not. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is so awesome.
That's great.
Well, listen, let's just go ahead and dive into our games and get the ball rolling. Let's see. I like Harish's background pick of Trent Balk.
This is not Trent Balky.
For our listeners,
Balaki.
Harish has his background photo for this evening as a clown show, so to represent the Colts, but it does look very Trent Balkish.
That is Chris
Anyways.
Ballard. You may not take that away from me.
All right, Texans, let's dive into it.
All right. So,
did anybody think you were going to win this game?
I mean, there was a possibility because it's a trap game, but I mean, if you're a real fan, though, I mean, you're kind of hoping for a rebuild. You want that number one pick. But I went to the game, surprisingly, and all I saw was green. That's it.
I had a friend actually, and I didn't know till after. A friend of mine went to the game.
Yeah.
Her dad just passed away, and so she kind of went on a little sabbatical, and she ended up at that game. He was a big Cowboys fan, and so she went to the Cowboys stadium, and then she ended up at that game. I was like, oh, I wish I would have known, because I could have told you guys, but she wore a Cowboys shirt, and she said she was getting it from the Eagles fans. They're so mean.
Look, before I could jump in the game, I gotta say the Philadelphia fans has to be by far the worst fans in the history of sports. Like
and Steelers
in America,
close second.
In American sports, like they're just terrible people. You can't beat up Mattress Mac like that. You see what happens,
They beat him up. What do you mean?
Yeah, they hit him. You didn't see him attacking him at the Phillies?
No.
Yeah.
And they carry it
at the World Series.
Yep, in Philly. Yep.
They're rude, man. They're messed up.
Yep.
Wait. So I saw the video of Mattress Mac flipping somebody off.
Right.
Was that because
that was after it? That was after them attacking him.
I didn't know he got attacked.
Mm-hmm. And they also attacked. They also attacked the team bus and broke the window. And Justin Verlander got out and flipped them off. So I mean, yeah, Philly fans.
What is their problem?
Wow, they're not great. But going back to the game, I was there. A lot of green. I was actually watching the World Series game on my phone, and it was like third and 9. Eagles had the ball, so I'm watching it, and I hear everybody start cheering. I was like, "Oh, cool! We stopped them on third down." I looked up. Jalen Hurts just ran for 13 yards and scored a first down. There were so many fans, like it sounded like the Texans fan cheering their team on. That's, but like I said, there we were at watching the Astros. Nobody cared about the Texans. Plus, we're losing. But about the game, going into the third quarter, it was 20-20. Nobody and their mama thought that was going to happen.
I literally went to watch. I was watching both, like the World Series and the Eagles Texans game, and I walked in and I saw that it was 20-20, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. It wasn't 20. It was 17-17.
Well, what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it was tied, and I was like, "What? What is that?"
And David, I'm impressed. I've been kind of sucking on Davis Mills. He's been terrible, but he has been moving his legs. Yeah, he threw 2 picks, but at least he's not back there getting sacked every day. So he moved his feet. Damian Pierce, he has to be rookie of the year, hands down. Dude's a beast, had like 24 carries with 139 yards. Just running people over. He has like 600 yards after contact. It's crazy. But once again, the Texans said, "All right, guys, 4th quarter, it's time to go home," and we did not show up. The defense is allowed too many rushing yards. Miles Sanders has his best game with like 13 carries and 96 yards. Look, we suck. I'm over the cover 2 defense. I'm ready for Lovie Smith to be fired, or I'm sorry, ready for him to be retired. That way we get a different defensive scheme because it's terrible. It's just a prevent defense.
Yeah, but wasn't that what made you guys so great at the beginning of the season? So it's kind of like everybody was like, "Oh, gotta watch out for the Texans because of Lovey," and the
No,
defense was kind of stacked.
nobody was saying we gotta watch out for him. They say
because
impressive, but
there was a big question mark.
yeah.
Like there was nobody like knew that the Texans were gonna come.
Now
Nobody
the
really
defense,
knew.
the defense was ranked high. No, I'm sorry, the passing defense was ranked high because they played Matt Ryan game 1, but
That's
they laid up. I think Jalen Hurts went like 22 to 25. They don't cause a lot of incompletions. There's no pass rush. They play the receivers in front of them, and they'll kill you little by little. And the run defense there's not one. Sam, you can go out there and you can do a better job tackling running backs than they can because it's terrible.
Why you gotta call me out? Why is it gotta be me?
I mean, any of us can go out there and be
Why is it
better.
gotta be me?
My 5-year-old daughter that's asleep right now can go out there and tackle better than they can. I mean, it's terrible. Like, I mean,
Oh wow.
I'm ready for.
I mean, the way this season's going, I'm pretty sure some of us can get either on teams or on coaching staff for the Colts.
Right.
You know?
The way Sanders was running on y'all, I thought he was Barry Sanders.
For real. I'm like, I thought like he was breaking tackles. I was like, I thought Derrick Henry was still on the Titans. Like, what's this guy doing?
To be fair, Miles Sanders was excellent for my fantasy team.
Well, probably yesterday, yeah. I mean, it's like if you have a fantasy team and you want a good running back, just find out who's playing the Texans next week and just pick that guy up. Like, that's all you got to do.
Actually, Miles Sanders has been decent all year for me. I mean, he's my fourth running back, so let's not act like I need him to do a lot.
Right.
But,
And then you had AJ Brown scoring touchdowns on y'all. I bet that felt.
I have
Titans.
AJ Brown and Justin Fields. I started Justin Fields in fantasy this week. Such a good idea because I got like 42 points off of him.
I don't think he scored a touchdown. I think
He scored 2, I think.
Oh yeah, he did score a touchdown. Him and Go Dirt. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought Go Dirt was I mean, it's like a team had him at one time, and it was like, you know what? We'll trade him for a first round receiver who won't see the field because he eats too many cheeseburgers. So I don't know, man. It's just
So who would you want as your coach? Josh Allen says, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready." So
Hey, that's the second best Josh Allen in Jacksonville, dude. I'll take that.
I want Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions, or I want Gannon from the Eagles, the defensive coordinator, because they're both the Lions' offense with Jared Goff is looking amazing, and the Eagles' defense looks good too.
You don't want to go try to take a shot at Sean Payton?
Or we could be like the Colts and hire Josh McCown with no coaching experience at all. So
Just hire Drew Brees. You got it.
We can do that too. But the good thing is, in every game there has not been a blowout. It's been close. So,
Well, now you sound like a Jaguars fan.
You gotta take that in consideration. Hey,
Best I can do is
I'll take all the morale victories I can have, Sam. Okay, you let me have that. All right.
At least you have a major league baseball team in your city, and you have a World Series win. The Jaguars are all that Jacksonville has. Okay.
Right. I get it. I'm glad. I'm glad for the Astros because I'd probably be in my room crying right now instead of being on here.
I think that's what you were doing before. Your eyes are looking kind of heavy.
Nah, I was crying in celebration. The parade was going on today. So,
when I saw that you were at the game, I was like, "Dang, he's at the World Series. That's lit." And then you said the Texans game. I was like, "Oh, okay." That's
AJ Brown is pretty good. Maybe the Titans should trade for him.
I mean, I know. What?
We have only one competent ownership in Houston.
He got spoiled because the Rockets suck too.
So. Well, now you have competent ownership. Before you just had the cheating ownership.
Nah. So, but yeah, I'm excited for next week's game. I think it's going to be a sleeper. I think we win. So.
Who do you have?
Really?
The Giants.
Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't be
surprised. Just like the
I mean,
Eagles, I'm not sold on them either. Their competition hasn't been any good. I mean,
I'm sold
They
on
beat
the
the
Eagles.
Titans.
I think that's the best team in football.
I'm sorry, but Saquon Barkley, bruh.
yeah, he's gonna have a big game like Derrick Henry did. We were still in the game with you guys.
Where is that game at?
It's in it's in Houston.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, a lot of
And they
people don't talk
travel.
about it, but Daniel Jones can actually run. Yeah, he stumbles and trips over his feet, but that dude gets in the open field. He gets big gains for somehow.
You're correct. He does that, but he can't throw. So all they gotta do is slow down the running game like we did against the Eagles.
But y'all haven't done it all year.
Neither can Malik Willis, and y'all lost to them.
Right.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we lost to Derrick Henry. We didn't lose to Malik Willis. We lost to Derrick Henry. All right.
Josh Allen says, "Nah, no way. The Texans beat the Giants with that Brontosaurus the Texans have it."
Hey, long neck meal, right? You leave that beer bottle alone, okay?
Oh my god!
Brontosaurus.
As long as we stay in it, like we did Thursday, we got a chance to beat them. I'm not.
Yeah,
The Giants don't have a good defense at all.
He's the only QB with a painted-on helmet because his head is just like that.
No lie, sir. Back to the TK.
Well, listen, I don't even know how to segue that. I mean, congratulations to your team winning the World Series.
Cheers, mate.
Wrong podcast. But let's move on. It's depressing. Next loser. Who's next? Who's next? Bang, 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 Mayo gang. Here we go. Leonard Firestone.
Yeah.
Man, so can I tell you a story about last night?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not often that I leave a football game and I'm happy, okay? But I got to leave the football game really happy yesterday, minus leaving the parking lot, which took forever. So I decided to nuzzle up in my bed and watch some Sunday night football, and I fell asleep. But you know what, Patrick? I have decided now that Patrick Mahomes, I almost feel bad for Tom Brady at this point. Patrick Mahomes is my new Tom Brady. I hate you, Patrick Mahomes. I just hate him. He just looks like I want to slap him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because of his brother. I think his brother makes me mad. Yeah. And his wife. Yeah, I think they make me want to slap Patrick Mahomes. So I watched that game, and it was so boring that I fell asleep. And then I woke up with 40 seconds left in the fourth, tied, and was shocked, but still fell back asleep because it was that boring. And then woke up to see that the Chiefs had won by 3. I was really hoping you guys were going to pull that one out.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean it was hard fight. Like I have a lot of things for us on Titans. Like we got to work on it. I mean a lot, but there's also a lot of positives that come from this game. If for Patrick Mahomes to beat us as a Tennessee Titans, he has to throw the ball 68 times, over 400 yards, and lead the Chiefs in rushing every single time. He's not going to be able to do that. That's asking a tremendous lot out of one player to do for your team. So, and the fact that you did all of that and only beat us by 3, you almost doubled us in time possession, almost doubled us in yards, and you still only beat us by 3 in overtime. Like that showed a lot of good things for our defense. But the fact that no wide receiver caught a pass all game, not one, just 2 tight ends and the running backs catch balls. And it ain't like we didn't throw it to the wide receivers. Y'all dropped every ball that came your way. 5 balls to 4 different wide receivers, and every one of y'all dropped every single ball.
Well, I want to bring up a comment that came through earlier in the show because it's some pretty good insight. AJ Brown is pretty good. Maybe the Titans should trade for him.
We can't afford it. That's the other issues, like the salary cap issue. We can't afford the talent to fix.
Listen. Okay.
I don't know where our money is, but we just don't have it, and I don't understand.
I'm done with the salary cap argument. Nobody anymore in the history of life can tell me that there's a salary cap issue anywhere.
We have 2 million.
The Miami
have 2 million.
Dolphins have 2 max players on their team at this moment.
That's what I don't understand.
Over $100 million.
And the Rams.
That's a
the Rams continue.
That's what I don't understand is we have no big contract yet. We have no money.
They're taking all that money and they're building that ugly stadium.
Well, you got to see how the contracts are structured, right? Because the Rams got away with it. Because I'm pretty sure they did a lot of incentive based, like how they restructure contracts. But I don't think the Titans are able.
a lot
that's
of
another
upfront
thing too.
Guaranteed money or something. I think. I don't
That's
really
that's
understand.
another thing too is the Rams continue to reconstruct their contracts.
Yeah.
The Titans don't. The Titans say, "Hey, Derrick Henry, we're going to reconstruct your contract.
We just
hey,
let him
linebacker,
go.
we just paid you $83 million and you ain't doing crap. We're going to redo your contract."
Like
you know?
we was talking about this on the show. There's no retention at the Titans. What players have got a second contract out of John Robinson? Kevin Byard, Derrick Henry, Taylor Lewan, anybody else? We can't even get players out of a rookie contract anymore. We're trading AJ away before his rookie contract.
The Jaguars fans don't want to hear shit about that from you.
So,
right,
but you know what I'm saying? Like, how are we going to do well if we can't even get people to a second contract? Like, that's a big issue here for us. Like, we got to get that fixed.
Well, that's why you're saying is like, oh, we're still number one in the South, bro. That's not an accomplishment at all. Like,
we're 4 in AFC. I mean, that's the crazy things. We got all these things, and our defense is carrying us right now.
You played the Colts twice and the Texans already. I mean, that's 4 wins right there, you know?
You're talking about not being able to retain players. I haven't been able to buy a jersey and not throw it away the next year.
We're not even going to talk about buying jerseys here, okay? I bought the AJ Brown jersey literally right before the draft and was walking down the New Vegas Strip fucking wearing the damn thing as they announced he just got traded. And I'm like, I've been wearing this jersey all of 2 hours.
Yeah, weren't you in Vegas or something? What was the story with
I was
that?
walking down the strip and an Eagles fan caught me. He was like, "Hey, bro, you ain't seen yet?" No. Ian just tweeted this out. Oh, you son of a...
Bro, Eagles fans suck again.
This one was actually kind of nice about it. I'll give that. He's like, "I'm sorry. I just thought you should know."
Was he eating horse shit while he told you?
No. Luckily, this one was pretty nice, but...
Bro,
as soon as he walked away from that conversation, he set a cop car on fire.
I should have sold him the AJ Brown jersey on spot.
He thought beating the elderly man. But, bro, it's so bad in Houston. I had to buy a jersey with the 44 and the last name still Tippin because all my guys suck. So I get it. All right.
Oh, Tippin on 4-4s.
That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
I went right
way over your head.
Way to go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. Yep. Hello, guys. How about them refs, huh? Give the Chiefs enough chances at a 2-point conversion until they make it.
Stop holding in the end zone. It's literally that simple. The most simplest rule in football. And they did it 3 times in a row.
How do you feel about that?
Hold on. Kelsey literally ripped the dude's helmet off his head. And we get defensive holding when he literally rips the helmet off the defender's head. That's hands to the face, all types of shit that got nothing. At worst, offsetting penalties there. But there's a lot of shit and Kelsey got away with a lot. At the beginning of the game, he threw a punch. All right. He took his helmet off on field and threw it. And then he goes and rips the dude's helmet off on the 2-point conversion. And they call none of these things. Not a single one.
I agree with them taking off the helmet, but worse, right? Him ripping off the dude's helmet is offsetting penalties. So that play was going to happen again anyway. So it's you're arguing about that was going to happen again anyway. So
but you know how football works with momentum. You getting a flag on a defense rather than 2 that is offsetting changes a lot of momentum for people. You feel like that's a small victory in a moment that you needed something, just a little bit of edge, whether it feels like we're both fucking up and you still, instead of going back to your huddle as an offense, having to corral somebody where you get that little bit of hopes like, oh, we're starting to get them. Okay, they made a mistake and we didn't make a mistake this time.
Let's be honest. You lost your momentum when you let Patrick Mahomes run for 55 yards on 37.
We lost our momentum at halftime. We didn't do shit after the second quarter.
I've said this.
There was momentum.
The second quarter. That's it. We had the second quarter, and that is it. Like literally, fucking Willis came out and threw -2 yards in the second half.
Listen, I've said this before, and it's not a popular opinion, but I'll say it again. Especially after watching the Jaguars in London and them giving, Russell Wilson, 2 yards, that gave him a first down, and then not even reviewing the last play of the game. I feel like they're not even hiding some stuff anymore. Like, it's getting to the point where it's like, Like, that is ridiculous that he can literally, like, I agree with you, and you're a Titans fan, and I agree with you.
And I hate that the fact that anytime like a ref makes a mistake, there's a tons of excuses that they constantly give them. But yet a player going full momentum, running, dropping body to take a tackle, they expect this person to defy physics and not hit helmet on helmet and expect this dude to know this, but the refs get every explanation when they're so hard on these players, but these refs constantly get cop-outs and nobody calls them out.
Well, and it depends on the quarterback too, which really
does
is
depend
very
does.
I'm not
really
disagreeing
upsetting.
with you. I'm 50-50, right? Because you're right, but then it's also like, well, the
You
other
don't leave
side
it in
of
as
what?
Yeah, no, you're right, because you don't leave it in their situation. Like, you still have to go out there and play football, but
Right.
And also, like, to talk about when he got hit mad and threw his helmet on the ground, that's actually not a penalty because he was not on the field.
he was though.
No, he wasn't. He was on the sideline.
He was
When he
going
got
towards
mad-
the sideline, but he
when
was
got
still
mad,
like,
But he was off in the sideline. When he gets mad and throws the helmet, you can't celebrate and take your helmet off because it's considered taunting. That's the reason why DJ Moore.
Didn't
it's
it happen
yeah,
in another game?
yeah, DJ Moore, and that's
DJ
what they
Moore.
said. That if you take off your helmet and you're in the field of play, it don't matter what you're taking it off for. That's a flag.
taunting.
But he was like, go back, watch that clip. He's clearly on the field. Like, he's walking towards the sideline, but
Hold on,
he
I'm
throws
gonna pull
that
it
ball, and that ball or that helmet almost like lands right there at the white stripe of the sideline.
Well, they could got him for unsportsmanlike conduct, but I mean, the only reason
Correct.
why DJ Moore got flagged is for taunting because he took his helmet and started jawing at the players. So I mean,
And they were saying in that situation with DJ Moore was actually out of the end zone. It was other players that got the penalty in that situation too. Like, that situation was sticky with the refs too. So it's just been weird ref calling this year.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find this. We have a comment though from the group. In the meantime, somebody said something happened with Henry.
yeah, he looked like he hurt his leg.
That's interesting
He said in the
because they
press
fucked him
conference that
involved.
he was fine though. He said that he was fine, and even today with their conferences, he's telling he was fine. He's still doing everything he's supposed to, but we'll see. I think he kind of knows he has to carry the team right now.
Do you think that's a force on Vrabel to forcibly not running as much?
No, I think that's Todd Downing trying to.
Oh, that guy too. I heard he.
I think it's him like trying to put Malik in situations to like show good and show that like he was trying to almost do a little too much for certain situations when it's like Henry only touched the ball 8 times in the second half. That's his
So,
most
I'm gonna share
optimized
this.
time. You
Frank
give
Reich
him
must
that
have been
ball.
showing- Frank Reich has been calling the plays.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have the lead and we're not running the ball with Derrick Henry.
Here we go.
Oh, he's in the field of play.
Yeah, he is in the field
He's
of play.
barely in the field of play. He was walking to the sideline. That
Yeah.
should have been a penalty.
And you see, if you look, like the refs right there, right behind him, looking dead at him too, watching him, like watching it all.
Wild.
But it's how it is.
Comment from Josh
sucks.
Allen. Henry's back hurts from carrying the team.
That's true. That's true. And he's running like he's pissed too. He's running like he's mad. You know, there's those
He
times where
always
like
runs
we
like he's
used to.
mad.
Yeah, but you know, there's those times where you could like kind of swat at Henry's foot and he would kind of go down. You know, get them shoestring tackles on him. It's like those aren't even working right now. Like he's running like he's truly angry. Like I think that him not getting as much talk around MVP last year, and it is really starting to get to him.
Last year when he broke his
Or
foot
the-
and didn't play.
No,
for
the
half
year
season?
before.
Oh, okay.
The
I
year
was like,
before. My
I
bad.
don't think that makes any sense, but okay.
Well, you know, I meant to say his year before, you know, last play, but yeah.
Yes. Henry put up good numbers. Oh, well, never mind. That was last year. That was one Cooper Cup.
Yeah. Like I know most likely running back's not going to win it, but when he had that 2,000-yard season, they should have talked about him more than they did, and they just acted like he was non-existent, and that was hella disrespectful to him. And
I think it's
would
because
be
he
pissed
keeps
too.
taking his shirt off and everybody's intimidated.
Everybody loves it when DK does it.
Who?
DK Metcalf.
I actually think it's because
That's
he's a
all we
running
see in
back.
the group is Titans fans being like, "Oh yeah, does your running back work out like this?"
Does he
And it's
wear
like-
chains and run up hills?
He's so fast on a treadmill.
Does he bench press a whole bar of raccoons
He's killing it over here. Putting
while
in
eating
work.
mayonnaise?
Is he Is your running back built so different like him?
Does he take shots of Dukes and Hellmans at the same time? Shirtless? Too much?
Built
Too far?
different.
Okay.
Built different.
But I mean, Josh is right there too. Like you got to give Henry more balls and more touches, especially in the second half. Like that's the most optimized. The time that he does the best is in that second half. Like defenses start getting tired, but man,
can I say something though?
Yeah.
Shout out to Vrabel.
Bro.
That is the best coach.
I'll run higher. I'll run higher.
Yeah, like
I would almost say in the NFL.
Like honestly,
top there.
Honestly, look at our Titans
definitely
roster
in the AFC.
The past couple of years and what he's been able to still accomplish with that roster. I don't think many coaches could do in the NFL.
And you know what? He's not one of those coaches who's just like, oh yeah, so we traded this guy. Like he genuinely builds his
he was
team.
pissed. He was pissed about the AJ Brown trade.
He loved it.
Like he looked like he was about to cry.
It looks like there's starting to be some things between him and John Robinson. I think because even with what he was talking about, like in the press conferences, you can kind of see subtle messages. Like, if we could have guys who could catch the ball. That's all he kept saying after this game. If guys would catch the ball, if we just had guys here that could be, we're throwing the ball some, but guys got to make catches. Like he's saying these things like we're not retaining anybody. Like I can only do so much as a coach, but I can't keep people here, even people I love. And it's perfect for my coaching mentality. This dude's shipping them off quicker than I can even coach them up.
Dude, hearing about coaching woes as a Jags fan, like for you coming from a Titans fan, it's like it warms my heart. It warms my heart.
It's just how the past 2 years we keep changing our wide receivers room completely.
Yeah.
We play next year.
We play Denver next.
Oh, that's a big win.
Hopefully.
Does Mike Vrabel ever talk about climbing mountains or chopping wood?
No, he talks about cutting off his pecker to win a Super Bowl.
No, he talks about being gritty and fighting, and even if it's ugly, we're gonna still go get it. But we stay a family and we fight.
So
the boxing references. Was it? We stay a family in the Fast and Furious reference. Is that what it is?
I guess so. They've been doing it a lot more. Him and Henry here lately. But
start calling him Mike Torino.
So what is your? Go ahead.
I think if we let Simmons go and don't get him a contract deal, that whole family mentality leaves because you can't see two of your best people that the organization, like that's performed for the organization and done everything that organization has asked for them. You can't see those people walk and still believe that this is a family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no way they let Simmons go. That dude's an animal.
They didn't give him an offer at all yet last season and told him they don't have the money. They don't know where the money's coming from. He's worth it, but they don't know how they're getting the money to pay him.
So hot take, I would release or trade Derrick Henry to give that man money.
I would let go of Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree collects $19 million this year and $20 million next year. Let him go and give that to Simmons.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Well, Leonard, next week, Broncos. What's your prediction for that game?
I predict our defense is going to be very pissed off because they did everything to win that game. And I know it's not on a lot of things. It's on wide receivers, but Malik did a lot of things that put us in bad situations. He missed reads. You don't take sacks in situations. You took sacks. So I think they're going to come out and they're going to take it out on Russell Wilson. And I think Vrabel's going to be pissed and he'll tell Downey, kind of like after we started 0-2, run the damn ball. I don't care what you're thinking. I don't care what you're feeling. Get out of your own head. Run the damn ball. Derrick Henry should be touching the ball 20 to 25 times per game.
Is Tannehill projected to come back for that game?
We don't know. They keep saying we're going to see, and it's a high ankle sprain, and then I forgot who. Somebody else got a high ankle sprain this weekend, and now they say 4 to 6 weeks for them, but they keep trying to tell us Tannehill's going to come back. So I don't know.
He was warming up last night.
But he didn't run at all. He was walking the entire time.
Yeah, so they said it was a game time decision. So
yeah, I want to think in that situation that we went out there the week before and didn't put too much of Malik Willis on tape because we wanted to didn't want to put too much on tape for Kansas City to study because we knew Tannehill was going to be out for 2 or more games, and then Kansas City was going to let Malik try to do what he does, and we still failed. But I think that's why we didn't see so much from Malik before the Kansas City game because I don't think they wanted to give the Chiefs enough of film of Malik just in case he had to play.
Tannehill has to be healthy enough to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and throw interceptions.
Tannehill,
That's what he does
you can
best.
best believe that if Tannehill can run and limp, he'll be out there on the field handing off that ball for Henry.
Well, listen, I know you said that Derrick Henry needs to touch more balls. So, speaking of touching balls, this segue is brought to you by Manscaped. Matt, you've enjoyed some of Manscaped's products. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, the boxers are fantastic. Let your boys air and don't get too clammy and down there. So check it out, Manscaped.
And the products are good. I know the body wash.
Leonard has one right there. He has some ball deodorant.
Is that the deodorant? Do you love it?
I do, and there's some ball toner as well here.
Wow.
Oh yeah, can you? What is it? A spray?
It is a spray, yes.
A spray toner?
They're smooth as eggs.
So I'm a cosmetologist by day, and toner is to level the pH. So I've never thought to level the pH of the balls, but
Leonard probably used that on the back of his head so his forehead can shine.
Hey, you ain't supposed to be giving out my secrets like that.
That's why he puts it.
You know his forehead forever.
They need a stoppage somewhere, so it's like forced stoppage.
Well, listen, let's get to the plug. Football is back, baby, and we're back to seeing Mahomes. Oh, that's a sensitive subject.
Beating the Titans.
Sling beautiful balls all over the field, and your friends at Manscaped are here to help you sling your beautiful balls all season long. With Manscaped's state-of-the-art tech, we'll have your weapon looking more loaded than, I can never say the AFC South because it's just not true, even though this is this show. There you go. Look at Leonard. He's holding up the lawnmower. Isn't that what they call it?
Lawnmower 4.0. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I like it. Football may be rough, but your ball care doesn't have to be with Manscaped. Join 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping, which we all need right now, using the code FANBATTLE. That's all one word, all caps, FANBATTLE. So, moving on.
Free shipping comes in clutch around Christmas time, too. I'm just saying.
Hell yeah. And you know what? They have like a subscription thing, and we were looking at it, and it's really not bad. It's like $17.99 a month, and you get like the full-size body wash and stuff. And I'm a cosmetologist, and it's just as good quality as the stuff that I buy, but yet it's cheaper, even at my discount that I get. Wholesale pricing for being a cosmetologist. It's cheaper and the same, like almost the same, if not better ingredients. Because the less ingredients there are in something, the better. And there's not, like, if you turn it around and you read the ingredients and it's this long on the back, that's usually not a good thing. There's not that many ingredients in it, that's a very good sign. So definitely check them out. Use the code FANBATTLE. Moving on, because the Jaguars won this week.
We got that dub, baby.
I'm the non-biased host, but I have to. Victory Monday. I'm wearing my Victory Monday shirt.
I mean, is it really a big win against the Raiders?
So the world beaters, the Super Bowl contenders, the Las Vegas Raiders came to Jacksonville, and we, the Jacksonville Jaguars, did the unexpected. Won.
Got a comment? Duval. You got to do it back.
From a 17-point deficit, man.
And then,
I can't
in all
remember.
caps, yes, it's a big win, Leonard.
I mean, this is what the Raiders do. They blow leads. I mean, you might as well call them the Falcons at this point.
What world beaters are the Raiders again? And what is the Super Bowl like what you talking about? Because I must be watching a different Raiders team because that's definitely not what I'm saying.
Well,
Listen, I'm gonna block this clown. Let's not talk about your team right now.
Blocking me. Frank is Jim is blocking the clown.
So let's continue. Trevor Lawrence is a generational quarterback. He proved that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, ETN is elite. And Dwayne Smoot, whatever, got 2 sacks on the day. That's crazy, man. It was amazing.
Hey, good
How
job
much
to the
else
one
to
game,
say, man?
one game dynasty.
That's cute. I remember my first beer.
Good job to the one game dynasty.
So listen, you know who had the best punt return of that entire game? Was the streaker.
Jamal. Wow.
85
I was
yards.
about to say Agnew.
85 yards. There was a streaker, and they actually, it turns out, because today all the reports came out. So the guy gets arrested. I was at the game, by the way. The guy got arrested. It took, oh gosh, I posted the video, but it was, we're talking at least 12 people, right, to take this guy down. And he came from the north end zone and made it to about the 10-yard line in the south, 15 maybe, in the south end zone. So it turns out there was 3 of them.
Can we get a pic of this guy?
If you want me to show
No,
you, give me a second.
Yeah, y'all have to see this.
So it turns out, though, they couldn't wrestle him down to the ground because he had lathered himself in oil. So I was really confused the whole time why they couldn't get him. And
He
it turns
pulled
out
a Family Guy on them.
Yes, he lathered himself up in oil and ran onto the field. And I'm not trying to make any assumptions, but it did look like he was wearing Manscaped boxers, so that might be why he ran so well.
His balls were so free, he could run so fast.
Hold on, let me share this real quick. Share screen. Let's do window. Let's go to my Facebook. Here we go.
This is.
Yo, that dude is Derrick Henry in the hell right now.
Then you just see him squiggle and wiggle out from the bottom. You're like, damn, how'd he come out?
They could not stop him, but hold on, wait. Here's the guy.
My gosh.
Yo, he looks like a rugby player.
He looks like, have you seen anybody any happier?
They were wondering what Christian McCaffrey was doing on the bye week. There you go.
Listen, you know what?
I look like Mike Vrabel in the background.
No, this guy looks like Kirk Cousins. You cannot convince me otherwise.
He does.
He looks like a rugby player, honestly.
Bro, he looks so happy. I can't even follow. He looks happy.
Best part,
been all year.
The best part is if you look. Let me scroll forward to the end of this video because this is the video I took. Hold on. Watch the crowd as they're taking him out. Everybody's cheering for him, and this is like the best day of his life. And
What do they
look
charge
at the crowd
you
up here
when you go streaking on the football field?
Well, he's not
public
technically,
indecency,
and he's hollering back at him.
I don't think he would because he's technically still got like clothes on. He's not full, but
they're like playing. They're like
it's like a trespassing charge or something like that, ain't it? I don't know.
Oh, he'll be
how
banned.
serious it is.
So they said he got disturbing the peace, interrupting a business. He'll be banned from TIAA Bank Field for any concerts, any daily play. So he'll never be able to go to AEW. He'll never be able to go to any football game. He'll never be able to go to any concert. And I'm pretty sure that they block you from NFL games because the NFL has their own.
Free my man, dude.
Well, we
Free
got
the streaker.
It says, who hasn't gotten all oiled up to watch the Jags?
I don't know, Josh. That's something you want to let out.
That sounds like a Jaguars thing to me.
Titans are to mayo as Jags are to oil. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, damn it! I threw you that oop, didn't I? I threw that one right to you.
Oop.
Anyways, that was winning was the highlight. I'm assuming, right, Cody? But as somebody who attended the game, that was pretty good.
That's all you could ask for.
Those W's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So listen, next week, play the Chiefs.
Listen.
No, never mind.
Listen. The Jaguars on a run now. October is done. The losing is done. November is a new month. We are beating the Chiefs. Oh, wow. We are beating the Chiefs, and I'm putting
that's
into
a fun fact. The Jaguars did not win one game in October.
Right.
Not one.
Yep. It was a terrible month. I couldn't even enjoy Halloween. I actually went as a clown war on Halloween.
Even the clown beat the Chiefs, so the fact that the Titans wouldn't do it, is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
It can't be that hard.
it can't be. It was
So
super
what's the score? What do you think the score will be?
So me being a
give us-
reasonable person that I am.
No, you got to give us your.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to be like reasonable here or whatever. I'm trying to be normal for once in my life.
That should never.
The
be
Jacksonville Jaguars are gonna win by 50.
Yes, you did it. Jags by 50.
That's it.
Cody
dude.
Blankenship's.
Is that your pregame motto every week? Jags by 50.
It's gonna be true eventually, guys. It's got to be law of averages.
We gotta get t-shirts made by 50. That's all we do.
Well, I'm glad that the Jaguars were able to pull one out, not because I'm a biased host.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the Jaguars could win, of course.
Dude, Victory Mondays feel so good. I don't know why we don't do this all the time.
At least the Colts know how we feel. Speaking of the Colts.
Let's go, Victory Monday, baby.
Man, so listen, before you start. Who the hell did you hire? I'm so confused by that. We'll get into that. Who did you hire?
Whoa.
Your coach.
You don't know who Jeff Saturday is?
Listen, but I'm just saying, just say, hey, we're tanking. I know you're not technically allowed to do that, but just you might as well just say it. But
Listen,
also, this is what
Jeff Saturday
this is what
slander
it's
on
like.
the show.
This is what it's like to be a Jaguars fan. I just want to throw that out there.
At
Go
least
ahead.
Frank didn't kick his kicker on the way out, okay?
Yeah, but
Frank
Jeff Saturday
might. Be a
might.
clown.
Yeah, you
Frank
just
might
kicked the
be a
whole
clown.
team.
Jeff Saturday might be.
Listen, Frank might be right here, but he doesn't kick his kicker. You know? So, very interesting day. I don't even care about the game, honestly. We scored 3 points. Sam got sacked like 85 times. It was awesome. It was great. And I knew as soon as that happened, I saw Jim Irsay, Mr. I don't give a shit about accountability, in a golf cart yesterday, leaving the tunnel. And funny enough, Nick Foles and some guy were like waving at him, and he didn't say nothing to him. So I was like, oh, man, something's going to go down tomorrow. So
Wait, because Irsay didn't wave to Nick Foles, you knew something was going to go down?
Oh, there's this clip. It wasn't just Nick Foles. There's like a couple Colts players, but Nick Foles was one of them for sure. But he was like in a golf cart, just like in the seat, and just looked straight ahead. Right? I was like, oh wow, he looks fakingly pissed. Yeah,
You're definitely a vibes guy.
Yeah. Oh, the vibes were definitely not there, right? And here's the thing. Chris Ballard hasn't said anything to the media for like 6 weeks until today. He's probably gone up to the end of the year, but we'll talk about that later. But, this morning I'm just chilling. All of a sudden my phone blows up. My friends are texting me. The Colts fans are texting me. Man, they're like, he's gone. And I was like, man, the clown.
Don't be playing with me.
Bozo, one of the three clowns, was out of there. So Bozo's out, and listen to Pat McAfee, listen to Dan Dockich, who Colts fans hate that guy because he's kind of an asshole, but listen to him. And they're like, this guy's going to be the coach, and this guy's going to be maybe Bubba Ventrone, maybe John
Urban
Fox.
Meyer.
John Fox made a lot of sense. John Fox is a defensive, I think he's like an analyst or one of those type of advisor guys, right? Hey, it makes a lot of sense. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Jim Irsay tweets that Jeff Saturday is the coach of the Colts.
You talking about this Jeff Saturday?
Jeff 3-7 as a high school coach Saturday.
Jeff
Wow.
3-7 as a high school coach Saturday is going to be the interim head coach.
The guy that's never coached a college or an NFL game.
That Jeff Saturday. Colts
See, and last year,
the guy that got in Peyton Manning's face 30 years ago. That guy.
Run the
the
ball.
crazy thing is last year when the Texans were talking about hiring Josh McCown, kind of in the same boat. Everybody's like, "Oh, what a clown show!" Here you go.
Well, it sounds the same as when the Jaguars hired Urban Meyer. Yeah.
Well, at least he had experience.
The Colts said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
Hold my beer.
Oh, we got you. Jim said, We got you. Now, here's the thing.
Can you imagine being Frank Reich right now, though? Like, literally, you just got replaced by a high school football coach.
Yeah, but he's still gonna get paid pretty good.
Not
for a while, but...
not even a high school coach who was successful. Like, that's how bad it is.
That's how bad he was.
But is it that bad?
Did you watch that game yesterday?
I'm just saying, as a Colt.
No.
Dude.
Here's the thing. Let me. I need to get this off my chest. The dude scapegoated his offensive coordinator, who called the, and then just went and called worse plays than the guy he just fired. Like, no. Listen, Frank Reich. I'm so glad he's gone. I've been wanting him to be gone for almost 2 years now. I've been so done with Frank Reich for a long time. And the way they're doing, I don't agree with the way that they're doing it. I don't understand the way they're doing it, but the guy needed to go. He should have been gone 8 weeks ago when we tied with the Texans. He should have been gone then. He should have been gone 7 weeks ago when we lost and got shut out in Jacksonville again. He should have been gone 6 weeks ago.
I remember that.
But can you say that right now as a Colts fan, you feel that your team is in better hands with Jeff Saturday than Frank Reich? Like, do you really feel like?
I don't know what we're doing.
Okay,
I don't know what we're doing. Okay.
Because, like, who's going to call plays? Like, he don't have a coaching staff. He don't have a coaching tree. He hasn't even been doing this long enough to even pick anybody.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if anybody's seen
all the time. I'm good.
I don't know if anybody's seen the tweet from Pro Football Talk, but apparently what the Colts did does not follow the rules. You had to hire a coach from your current staff to be the interim coach.
That is not a rule. That's been checked multiple times.
It said right here, if it requires the compliance of the Rooney Rule, at one point it did. There's no reason to think it changed over time. So,
I don't. I mean, they had a press conference, so I don't think they could have had a press conference if it was struck down by the league. That doesn't make any sense either.
And even though we don't know, and like he's not on the coaching staff, he is in that front office of the Colts a lot. Jeff Saturday is in that organization a lot and very hands on with that organization that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah, so he's actually been a consultant for the league.
Yes,
for
that's
the last 3 years.
Okay.
So that is part of their staff.
Then that's probably why it was okay then.
Okay, well, you just have to have some ties to the organization.
Football Talk don't know what they're talking about. All right.
Sometimes they don't.
Those guys are idiots.
This is a great comment from Josh Allen. Can't wait to see what Bill O'Brien will do as the new head coach of the Colts next year.
Josh Allen, shut up. Listen, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just so weird right now being a Colts fan. Like, all these expectations.
So 1 hour ago, 1 hour ago, Pat McAfee tweeted, "What a night." And it's a picture of Jim Irsay, and it's like a quote, and it says, "Never hired a losing head coach."
Jesus Christ. Technically, Frank Reich has a winning record as a head coach, technically.
Do you think Irsay called Peyton first and he said no, and then like he called Dwight Freeney and he said no, and then like he made his way down to Jeff, or do you think Jeff was his first call?
Something must have happened while we were on this podcast because everybody's tweeting about Chris Ballard right now.
Oh, I'll get to that guy in a second. So
yeah, because also Jim Irsay an hour ago said, "No question, GM Chris Ballard will be back."
I'm fucking done with that guy too. Check outside. So actually, on the Manning cast tonight, Peyton said that the Colts didn't even reach out to him.
Okay.
So
well, I think everybody and their mama knows that he wants to be an owner and not a coach.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't want to be a GM. He doesn't want to be a coach. He wants to own a team, and I think he's probably made that clear. And I feel like Jeff, as close as him and Jeff are, probably already knows that. So I don't think he even tries to reach out to
him. Well, he needs to buy the Commanders, so.
Yeah.
It's like I know Peyton wouldn't, but I would just wonder, like Irsay, like, do you just even try just for the shot? But I guess not.
I don't know. I think Jim. I also feel like maybe Jim and Peyton also have a strong enough relationship. I mean, you probably just know, right? Like, there's no point in kicking the tire on something you already know, right? It's like the whole Andrew Luck thing. At some point, you just know he's not coming back, right? But I don't know. So let's talk about Chris Ballard.
Hold on. Here's a good one. Colts owner Jim Irsay says, of course he expects GM Chris Ballard to be back after the season. And then a direct quote from Irsay. You know how many shots Michael Jordan has missed?
Facts. I mean, I thought that's a bad
What
time
is
to
that?
say some shit. But
How is that? Anyways, go ahead.
Well, 2 weeks ago,
He compared Chris Ballard to Michael Jordan.
Two weeks ago, he said Frank Reich will be back next year, and here we are. So I don't believe a damn thing that guy said.
That's touche.
So here's the thing about Chris Ballard, and I just want you guys. So for the Colts fans know this. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the year after Jacoby Phillip Rivers, Frank Ballard was asked, what he's going to do with the quarterback situation, and he basically, short answer, he was basically like, well, if I draft a quarterback, you guys are going to persecute me in the media, right? So today, he was asked about the offense and why the offense sucks so bad. Today, he says, y'all have been kicking the shit out of me for not drafting wideouts, and now we're underperforming on the offensive line. Talk about a guy that has zero ability. Like, Jesus Christ.
Don't you got the highest paid?
Oh, look, here. We got a comment. Chris Ballard was my secondary coach in college 23 years ago from
I don't give a
BGG.
shit. That dude sucks. I don't care.
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
They're so mad.
I'm so done with Chris Ballard.
Would you take Saturday as your GM?
Dude, I would fucking take Ronald the Crown right here as my fucking GM.
I heard they have a GM in Alabama by the name of Bill O'Brien.
I'd take him. Shit, at least maybe I might get an offensive line that's halfway decent.
They'll just trade Michael Pittman for a 7th round and a bag of Skittles.
As long as it gets me an offensive lineman, I'll take him.
I mean, maybe that's the goal here. Maybe they're only bringing Jeff Saturday in just to solely focus on the offensive line. And if at anything else, Irsay only wants the offensive line to be fixed this year, and then after this year, he'll figure out the coaching search.
No, you know what I think it is? Jim brought Jeff Saturday in to be his inside man. I think he brought him in to be like, yeah.
I agree with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He says Irsay was drunk texting through his contacts to see who wants to enter the job.
He was texting people you up at 2 a.m.
It sounds like he was in the middle of firing Frank or whatever, and Jeff walked in like, "Here's your coffee," and he was like,
Hey,
I don't hire anybody but you. And then like he comes in, they're like this guy, and then he just has to stick by his words.
I feel like he probably has like a group text of all the former players. He's like, "Hey guys, anybody busy tomorrow?"
He asked Pat McAfee.
He asked Pat, bro. Pat's like, "Oh man, I got to do college game day this weekend, bro. I can't tell him."
Josh Allen said, "Please let the Colts know I could do the same terrible job at Ballard, but for much cheaper."
I could too. I don't need to let you know that. I can do it myself.
Bro, just ask Madden.
What? Okay. What was worse? Okay.
Nothing beats the Urban Meyer situation. I'm sorry.
No.
That was
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say Urban Meyer in Jacksonville.
No, it's Urban Meyer.
Easterby in Houston. The Titans hiring a FedEx truck driver as a punter 2 years ago, who completely kicked it only 20 yards, or hiring Saturday as your interim head coach.
I think hiring Saturday's got to be the worst. That's pretty bad.
Okay.
I was going to go with Myers, but Saturday, no experience.
I'm going to go with Meyer because he hurt me. And I'm selfish.
He's trying to get me.
It has to be Saturday because there's so many other more qualified people for this position that don't have a job.
But I don't. To me, it feels like.
Could you imagine Pat McAfee though as the coach? I would have watched all the Colts games.
I would have totally watched it.
I would have been for it.
The NFL would make a tons of money just by that move right there.
But I really do think, I don't know if this is about like hiring your best friends. I really do think it's twofold. I don't think Jeff's going to be here past the season. I think he knows that. I think everybody knows that. I think
this has
really
got to be a joke, dude. This is a joke. It has to be.
Do you really think so? Like,
It has to
would
be
you
a
walk away
joke.
from would you walk away from TV for 8 weeks of football coaching? He has a TV gig.
He makes a lot of money from too.
Yeah, so you really think he's walking away for that for 8 weeks? For 8 more weeks of football, or what? 9 more weeks of football?
Yeah,
He's going to try to do both.
He's doing his buddy a favor.
I don't know, man. And that's the only thing where I'm with you on that, but that's the only thing that keeps hitting in the back of my head. Maybe this is long term, because why would you walk away from TV?
To be fair, to be fair, I'm sure the Jaguars would agree. I don't think anybody would want Gus Bradley as their head coach. So.
Gus Bradley over Jeff Saturday.
Because Irsay said earlier, right? He said, I'm glad Jeff Saturday doesn't have the NFL experience because he hasn't coached. Irsay says Saturday doesn't have the fear that coaches often have, and then they often turn towards analytics for decision making.
Yeah, no shit.
It sounds like he's kind of sold on Saturday.
No. That was a direct shot at Frank Reich.
You think? Okay, I can see that.
Because Frank is always talking about the analytics and all this bullshit in his press conferences.
Well, like you're really not that far from winning the division. Like if the Titans just bomb out and lose and y'all continue to win, you still have a chance.
I don't want to win the division, Matt.
I get that, but I'm trying to lead to a point. Fox has a Super Bowl appearance. Like he has the experience. He has 2 Super Bowl appearances. Like. Yeah. I
don't think Jim gives a shit about winning the division. I think he wants to blow this up. Because if he did, he wouldn't have fucking hired 3 and 7.
I hope y'all take C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, please.
I'll take C.J. Stroud. I want C.J. Stroud or Hernan Hooker. That's who I want.
Stay away from Hooker, all right? That's mine.
I want Hooker or Stroud. Those are my top 2.
That's my
Those
Hooker.
are my top 2.
Damn, it's only week 9 and you're arguing about first round draft picks. Shit.
Stop losing more. No, bro. I want.
Hey, speaking of Hooker, that sucked for the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah, they played a real team and look what happened.
Ooh.
That's fine. I'm actually I'm a Titans fan, but I'm from Oklahoma. That's fine.
Okay. I see how you're playing it.
We don't have a football team here.
I'm just saying, check your local bridges.
I've been with them since they was the Houston Oilers, and I moved with them to Tennessee. So it's
Oh, so you're a trader. I see. Yeah.
How's that? I transitioned with them over. How does that trade?
I'm just kidding.
One of the other guys in the group.
Your city's the one that traded and brought in a new one.
Sir, you need to talk to Bud Adams.
And then your quarterback tried to wear our jersey and say,
"Don't get him started."
There we go.
Leonard, don't get him started on Bud Adams.
Look,
I know you don't like Bud.
Jerry.
You blame Jerry Jones for that.
This is ginger on ginger crime. I'm going to need you guys to love each other.
It's not ginger on ginger crime. It's ginger on Bud Adams crime.
Whoa, they're both bald and ginger. I just noticed that. You're all brothers.
That's what I said. They look like brothers, right?
Y'all argue like brothers too.
Yeah.
No, because he put the mayo upside down.
All right, well, listen, let's wrap this thing up. Harish, next week you guys play the Raiders. You saw the Jaguars. What's your prediction?
I predict we lose 0-50. Go ahead.
I like it. Well, guys, does anybody have anything else to add before we sign off on this bad boy?
I can't wait to see what the Colts do tomorrow.
They hired somebody from concession to be like.
I want to know if Matt Ryan's going to be the play caller.
Dude, I would not be against that.
I do have one thing to say. Mattress Mac from Houston broke records the other night. He has the world largest winnings from a bet. He won $75 million.
Holy crap.
Is that from the Astros winning the World Series?
Yep.
He
only betted $15 million. I mean, only $15 million, but yeah.
Still, must be nice.
$15 would have been $75.
Right? All right, guys. Well, we thank you for tuning in. Let's get where we can find everybody at. Matt, you start. Where can we find you?
A1 Day 1 Texans, and also you can find me live Wednesday 8:30 Central we'll have the voice of the Texans, Mark Vandermeer, on the Texans Fan Battle podcast.
Oh, so a group of Texans fans crying. I like it. Leonard, where can we find you?
You can find me on all social medias at 1L Firestone. Also Thursday nights, Titans Coliseum, 8:30 Central Time, PM. We be talking all Titan stuff and football as well. So make sure y'all come over there and join us.
And discuss which brand of mayo is delicious.
Yes.
Y'all in these mayo jokes, man.
It'll never go away. It'll never go away.
Well, now we got Jacksonville in oil, so that one we're gonna make sure that one sticks.
Right. Some vegetable oil. All right, Cody, where do we find you?
At Derek Carr's mama's house.
Oh, shit.
There's a coconut oil. Oh.
I'm all lubed up for you, baby. Manscaped. Anyway. At Cody ColdGaming on Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok, unfortunately. I think I'm a little too old for TikTok. Might delete that one.
Never
that's
too
not
old for
true.
TikTok, bro. Stay on TikTok, bro. Stay on TikTok.
Leonard Firestone's on TikTok, and he's got like a gajillion followers.
Great for branding, bro.
He has no
Great.
forehead, bro. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go there.
You have a forehead. You could definitely.
That's why I can dream so big. That's why.
And Harish, where do we find you?
You can find me at the Uncle Gandhi everywhere.
And you can find me, Sammy Football with an I, on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you for week 10.
Raiders by 50.
Bye.
Ooh, whoa.